My mother hates the idea of me being a war cameraman.
Listen, I just spoke to Dottie.
Deep down, she's just waiting for the phone call from the office to say, are you, Desmond's mother, etc., etc. She always thinks that trouble follows me wherever I go, considering I'm now in Indonesia. And I came here, and 2 months later, Suharto had resigned, the country was on fire, thousands of people have been killed, and she calls me up and said, what's going on? You're supposed to be taking, semi-retirement, and look what's happened. It's a very competitive business. The most dramatic pictures are always the ones that get used. And there's a lot of people within the business who are very brutal in the way that they operate, in terms of they're there to get the worst of the worst of the worst. And they will not, I know people who do not help. They say, I'm sorry, I'm a journalist, I'm not part of this. And I say, but you are part of it. I think a lot of people would be quite happy for that man to be killed, so they can get that particular picture that they want. It is a sick business to a certain extent. I've got no idea. I've got no idea why we're doing this.
Why photograph war? Is it possible to put an end to a form of human behavior which has existed throughout history by means of photography? The proportions of that notion seem ridiculously out of balance, yet that very idea has motivated me. For me, the strength of photography lies in its ability to evoke a sense of humanity. If war is an attempt to negate humanity, then photography can be perceived as the opposite of war. And if it's used well, it can be a powerful ingredient in the antidote to war. In a way, if an individual assumes the risk of placing himself in the middle of a war in order to communicate to the rest of the world what is happening, he's trying to negotiate for peace. Perhaps that's the reason why those in charge of perpetuating a war do not like to have photographers around. In the field, what you experience is extremely immediate. What you see is not an image on a page in a magazine 10,000 miles away with an advertisement for Rolex watches on the next page. What you see is unmitigated pain, injustice, and misery. It's occurred to me that if everyone could be there just once to see for themselves what white phosphorus does to the face of a child, or what unspeakable pain is caused by the impact of a single bullet, or how a jagged piece of shrapnel can rip someone's leg off. If everyone could be there to see for themselves the fear and the grief just one time, then they would understand that nothing is worth letting things get to the point where that happens to even one person, let alone thousands. But everyone cannot be there, and that is why photographers go there, to show them, to reach out and grab them and make them stop what they're doing and pay attention to what is going on, to create pictures powerful enough to overcome the diluting effects of the mass media and shake people out of their indifference, to protest, and by the strength of that protest, to make others protest.